Welcome back. The River State Independent Electoral Commission, RISIEC as it's known, has fixed October 5, 2024 for the conduct of local government elections in the state. Well, today the commission released its guidelines in view of the conduct of those elections. Now, you remember there have been serious contention in recent weeks over the issue of the tenure of chairmen of the 23 local government areas in River State whose tenure lapsed on Monday, 17 June 2024. Now, Governor Siminialayi Fubara of River State, following the expiration of the tenure of the 23 local government area chairmen, inaugurated, as you can see on your screen, a caretaker committees for the local government areas in River State pending the conduct of council elections in that state. However, as you're aware, the police in River State have since that day cordoned the local government council secretariats across the 23 local government areas of River State. In fact, most of these men you see on your screen could not access their local government council secretariats to start work. But the police are saying they did that to avert further crisis. Further crisis following the refusal of 21 out of those 23 council chairmen to vacate office on the expiration of their tenure. Now, they're not just doing this in oblivion. They actually have a reason. The 21 chairmen insist that the Martins Amehule-led State House of Assembly extended their tenure by 6 months in the repealed River State Local Government Administration Law. So that's what they're saying. Of course, they're saying that a court is sitting on the matter, and I said the status quo should be observed for now. We'll try to understand and get some sense of what's going on. We have joining us tonight virtually Honorable Collins Ordu. Honorable Collins Ordu is a member, former member of the River State House of Assembly. He represented the good people of Obiakpo Constituency 1. Honorable Collins Ordu, good evening to you. It's good to have you.
Good evening, Kofi Charles, and good evening, Nigerians.
Okay. Please give us your reaction to the announcement today of a date for the local government elections in River State by RISIEC.
I will say it's a mixed feelings for me, because ordinarily this is what we should have done, and this could have prevented all these crises that has been rocking the state for the past few days now. Recall that in January was when this whole issue started, and the governor was supposed to have put in place finances and any measures that could have led to the conduct of local government elections. Local government elections are usually conducted 3 months before they take over. So he didn't do all of these, and that has been the reason why we have crisis now. All of these could have been avoided. You see, it's very good when people do things when they are supposed to do it, and not when it is very late. At this point in time, it is late. It has exposed the state into a lot of crises that are avoidable and has tarnished the image of the state. Like I said, it gives me double or mixed feelings. We're happy all the same he has been able to constitute, and they have slated October 5th. We're happy. This is what we've been waiting for, but we could have avoided all that he has created.
Do you have your suspicion as to, why Governor Sim Fubara did not organize those elections 3 months before the expiration, like you've said, of the tenure of the outgoing local government chairman?
My suspicion is just misplacement of priority, inability to know what he ought to do. Because if he was focused and if he was, he had his onions well cut out, he should have known that inability to do this would have caused serious crisis, and you forestall it. That's the visionary aspect of leaders. You foresee what will happen in the future and you make plans to avert it. So that is the area where I think he didn't do well at all.
Interesting. What effect will this announcement of a date for the local government election have on the already tense political situation in Rivers State?
Glad you said already tense situation in Rivers State. You see, it would have been better if we went into this with carved and frayed and calm nerves, not with tension. It has started with tension. I wonder if it will end, because as it stands now, the governor has put fire in the state. The fire is burning. So I just pray that we overcome all of that.
Okay, interesting. The 21 of the 23 outgone local government chairmen are saying they're not going anywhere because there is a subsisting court order for the status quo to be maintained. That's what they say. And they also point to the repealing, or rather the River State law that was enacted in the House of Assembly led by Martin Zamehuli. Should the electoral umpire, RISIEC, have waited for all court processes to be exhausted before announcing a date for the election?
Kofi Battles, you see, we are tired of talking to the governor. In the House of, in the appeal court, they said status quo should be maintained. As I speak with you now, it's just like what you mentioned. If there will be calm in the state, the governor is just doing things and moving on and doesn't want to take cognizance of the law. Kofi, we are tired of talking. Like you said, and I concord, this is crisis. This is cooking more crisis. Because as I speak with you, the House of Assembly is the body that is responsible in making laws for the state. And the House of Assembly saw to it that there was a court judgment delivered by Justice Omotosho asking and ordering the governor to conduct elections for local government councils. And he flagrantly refused to obey that law. And now the House of Assembly stepped in as a stopgap to the crisis and amended the law in order not to create the crisis we are going to we're getting into now. And we were expecting the governor to appreciate them for being the God sent to ameliorate all that he couldn't see, all that he failed to see, and then tap them on the back and say, okay, let's go this way. Within these 6 months of this amended constitution, we can now conduct election. You can see how the crisis is brewing crisis. I said it before, I don't know how we're going to manage this crisis he's delving into. We're in one, and he's bringing another. There is the caretaker that ought not to be, that he just flagrantly violated the constitution of Nigeria, which he vowed to, or he swore to protect. He violated it and appointed caretaker committees. And upon this now, there is a judgment that they should conduct election. He has not done it, and the House of Assembly stepped in and tried to prevent the crisis, and now he's bringing more crisis. Let the, how do they usually say it? Let the drums begin.
Okay. Honorable Collins Ordu, what do you foresee happening? I mean, do you think this election will hold on October 5? I mean, we're in July, August, September, October, November. So that's 3 months from now, thereabouts. Would you think this election will hold on October 5? Maybe by then things would have calmed down. Probably there would have been a resolution of the court cases or restoration of peace in Rivers State.
But all of these are make-believe. The governor knows that these things are not possible because of the existence of the local government law, which they're in court over. He is just trying to, because this is not the first time the governor had made statements that he never kept to. Do you understand? These are things he is just orchestrating to ensure that Rivers State is in crisis, and tomorrow he will begin to blame the Honorable Minister of FCT. This is a man who sits down and cooks, takes his time to prepare crisis. That election is, I can bet you that in the heart of the governor, he knows that he is not sincere about this date. He's not sincere about conducting this election. It is just for him to act so that his people will not say he's dust.
All right, Honorable Collins Ordu, we seem to have lost the connection with you. But we'll take a break to pay our bills, and when we come back, we'll continue with our conversation. Please stay with us. Welcome back as we coast home the show right here, Politics HQ News Central Television. Stay with us. Honorable Collins Ordu, former member of the Rivers State House of Assembly, and he joins us virtually from Port Harcourt. Honorable, we're talking about the date for the election being October 5, that's about 3 months from now, and asking whether it will hold. As far as you're concerned, if that election holds, what are the likely outcomes? You think that it'll go the way of the previous local government elections in Nigeria, where we know that, sometimes the power of incumbency plays a big role? Or do you think that the people of Rivers State will be able to come out resoundingly to vote for their choice?
Fubara tells, like I said earlier on, for now, all of what the governor is doing is trial and error. So with the crises and the cases in court, for now, we are maintaining status quo, and we believe that all of these are kites he's throwing in to destabilize the state. We are yet to hear from the court. The courts will tell us the direction we'll go. So as long as the matters are in court now, I don't think that anything will hold. But in any case, we are ready. We are ready at any point in time to conduct elections. But for now, the matters are in court and they ought to be dispensed with before we think about elections. We are seeing it as part of this crisis method. So we just watch on and wait for the decisions of the court.
Okay. Let's just play out a scenario here, Honorable Ordu. If these elections hold, maybe all the court processes are exhausted and elections get to hold, how do you see the dynamics playing out? Bearing in mind that Ambassador Desmond Akawo is the chairman of PDP in Rivers State, and that he, seems to be loyal to the minister of the FCT. Also bearing in mind the fact that the governor is not happy with the PDP in the state regarding or referring to his previous statement on the PDP in Rivers State. So how do you see it playing out? Will his loyalists have a chance in the PDP? Will he have to go to another party? What do you see playing out?
Anyway, let me correct you. The current PDP chairman now is Aaron Chukwuemeka.
Apologies
when the former chairman, Akawo, Ambassador Akawo, got an appointment, he resigned his position and the deputy has taken over. In any case, like I told you, I said these are cards the governor is playing with, hoping that if this works, that will not work. If this works, that will not work. Like I said, the governor, for now, is not even identifying with the People's Democratic Party. He said he is partyless right now, that he is a movement. So you can see that he is not even prepared. He doesn't even know where he is heading to. So that is why I'm telling you that we are ready for election at any point in time when these matters are dispensed in the courts.
Interesting. I want to take a quick thoughts on the explosion in Port Harcourt. What happened before, what happened after? Of course, you know that prime suspect, let's call him suspect X, has been identified. He is at the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. where he's under the keen watch of operatives of the police. The Commissioner for Health has said that he was sent by loyalists of some known politicians in the state to destabilize the state. What are your thoughts on the whole episode surrounding the explosion?
Okay, before I get into that, I would like to remind you that you are aware that there was an explosion in the River State House of Assembly. And that event or that action was meant to favor somebody. I'm trying to trace an analogy here. Was meant to favor somebody, obstruct the assembly from sitting. They had to bomb the River State House of Assembly. I am surprised that the governor did not do anything tangible, not even condemning it at the time it happened. Okay, let's now let's go back to your question concerning the bombing on, I think that was Friday last week or thereabout, or Wednesday. I was in that peace rally. We were apprehensive of the security situation in the state, and people were showing solidarity to the police for being able to step in to forestall breakdown of law and order. I was in that Obiakpo rally. If you check on the extreme left of those who were walking, I was in front. So we moved from Rumeme Civic Center up to Rumokuta. Kofi Bartels, I say this because you're conversant with River State. But for our audience, we moved from Rumeme Civic Center up to Rumokuta, and from Rumokuta up to Rumola at People's Club. That was where we all stood and made our last speeches. It will interest you to know that Honorable Oke Chinda, the minority leader of the House of Representatives, joined a taxi because we walked all along and we left our cars at Rumeme. He joined a taxi before all of us there. Before we had to escort him to join a taxi with his security men, and then they went back to Rumeme. I crossed the main road because somebody dropped me. Somebody drove me, and I told him to go for the vehicle. I crossed Rumola and joined public transport to my house. As I speak with you, our rally, or rather our peace walk, ended at Rumola. We never got to presidential. Perhaps those who monitored us felt we will get to presidential before they will do whatever they wanted to do. But unfortunately, all of us disembarked at Rumola.
Okay.
Now, no, I'm coming.
We have just 30 seconds, please.
Okay. The integrity of the whole thing is that when this whole thing happened, the police were involved. Why will the governor be the first to show the direction the police should go? Okay. You heard what the governor told the House of the Senate members.
Yes. I'm sorry we have to go. We'll definitely have you back on this program to look at this issue again. Certainly. Thank you very much. I'll Collins Ordu, former member of the River State House of Assembly. And that's the size of our package tonight right here on Politics HQ. We'll return tomorrow with more. My name is Kofi Bartels. Good night.